So this is going to be a short little video talking about how I got involved in Tim Peake's Principia mission to the International Space Station back in 2015. And again, how I was sort of really inspired by the mission as a whole and some of the other amazing stuff that the UK Space Agency was doing and is certainly doing now. And my involvement or my journey within this does start a little bit prior to that. It started in 2013. And that was actually when I achieved my Scouting Astronautics badge. And at the time, the UK Space Agency had actually sponsored this badge. And I was one of only 2 people in the country to actually get it. So they invited me to one of their space conferences, which was being held in Glasgow, to get my badge presented to me by Tim Peake. And again, at this sort of time, I hadn't heard anything about Tim. I didn't know anything about his mission or what he was going to do, or again, really, how much involvement the UK had in space with the UK Space Agency and ESA and all the things that they were doing. I'd heard about none of that before. So going to this event obviously allowed me to meet Tim and ask him a load of questions about what it's like to really be an astronaut and the training process behind that. But then B, really to find out more about the UK's involvement in space and see what they were doing and learn about the STEM subjects and sort of how you can get involved in that, potential careers and things like that. So anyway, after coming back from this event, being really inspired by the whole thing, about 6 months later, I saw a Blue Peter competition to try and design Tim's mission patch. So the sort of patch that he would wear on board the International Space Station and what would sort of be the main symbol of the mission. And I sort of entered it on the basis that he'd given me my astronautics badge. I'd have a go at giving him or presenting him with his mission patch. So I came up with the design. And anyway, out of around 3,000 entries, that design or that patch was actually chosen as the winner. So I got the chance to go out to London and film with Blue Peter. Again, meet Tim. This was about a year before the launch. I was finding out all the things that he'd been doing prior to that, again, in terms of the training and the sort of really launch prep and some of the things that you had just coming around the corner around that sort of time, which again, I found really interesting and fascinating in that sense. And anyway, Tim is a scouting ambassador, so he's heavily involved in scouting, sort of promoting skills for life. It's obviously quite a good background that Tim has in so many different skills, a lot of transferable skills. Again, that's sort of obviously what scouting wants to promote. And I'm heavily involved in scouting as well. Obviously, since being 6, I'm also the Assistant County Youth Commissioner for the Greater Manchester West area. And my sort of role within the county is to try and inspire young people or young people involved in scouting, just make the most out of opportunities and things that come up. So I was giving talks to all these different scout groups up and down the country. And a big part of those talks was my involvement in Tim's mission, how that obviously stemmed from a scouting opportunity. But then again, really sort of focusing on how they can get themselves involved within the STEM subjects and potentially think about a career within the space sector in whatever capacity that is, and getting them to really realise that it's not just about being an astronaut, because it's only a tiny portion of it. There's thousands of other jobs that have other relations within the sector that will definitely obviously benefit the UK and other countries in that, in terms of progressing humanity in a sense within the area. And in order of me doing that, if we're speaking to around a couple thousand sort of young people, I actually got a Diana Award, obviously named after Princess Diana, for inspiring all these young people. And then going back again, the first starting point within that whole journey was me meeting Tim for the first time and seeing and hearing about the UK Space Agency and their involvement within that. So if it wasn't because of that, or if it wasn't because of me doing the astronautics badge and them inviting me down to the event, none of that would have ever happened, or none of the things after would have come about. So yeah, many thanks for listening. Again, thanks for the UK Space Agency and ESA for allowing me to be involved in Tim's mission in a tiny sense.